Back for a second look at Holoride, kind of VR gaming experience in a car, which is being built on the Elrond Eco blockchain system, where drivers get money for driving with people in the cars. I don't know. There's some tokenomics going on in the background. I haven't seen it explained very clearly of how it would work. But my video has clearly ruffled a lot of feathers. I don't know whether that's because people have invested in it and are not happy with somebody giving it bad thoughts. But we'll have a look at it here. So this is my video here. You can see it's massively thumbs down. Okay, I have missed something, and that is definitely some of the comments that I've got here. It's like, man, you really missed the point. And I'm like, I must have. Okay, so I've been thinking about it more, keep on thinking about it, and I'm trying to find content about it. But there's not a lot. There are lots of people showing exactly the same video. That was their marketing video from years ago. And there's only been a couple that have done, they're still showing the same video from 2 years ago. And there's just not really a huge amount of actual content out there. Maybe there's a lot of stuff being done in the background here. Some people, I'll read some comments here. Someone saying, yeah, mobile VR headsets don't need any cables and their earphones are integrated. Are they? They are still earphones. No, anyway, I'm sure you guys know better than me. Holoride is connected the car with the headset to motion sync the experience. Fewer or no motion sickness. That's what they claim. I think we've really got to see whether that turns out true. Holoride is providing a SDK according to content creators to build. I think it's going to be incredibly difficult to build for it. People might not wear it the first day trip though through an exciting city, but how about your daily commute? So so this is the point. Daily commute. Would you be daily commute? You're not. If you're commuting, you're an adult. If you're commuting somewhere, you probably have a job. You probably have connections. You probably have emails. You probably have work to do. You're probably not going, I want to fly like a dragon through the sky. So let's be clear here. Holoride is an advert or a game for children. It has to be for children, because your daily commute, you either have to drive it or you're so rich you have a chauffeur, then I'm sure you're busy enough to not be playing children's games. Or you'd be doing emails or organizing meetings or checking up on social media or all that kind of stuff, not playing a game that's linked specifically to the car that you're being driven in. So I think we can all agree that it's for children. So I'm going to put little notes here. It's like it has to be for children. If it was different and it was somehow bringing up your workspace and you could literally do, for example, video editing or emails, or you could do Skype conferences while in the car, and somehow that would be better than just doing it on your iPad. I don't know if you're doing that in your conference and then you've got to have a speaker system as well to go in that. I don't know. But that doesn't seem totally great. Let's see what else was going on here. The video is, in my opinion, more of vision presentation. Okay, fine. Let's see. Man, you really missed the point. You could apply that logic to all gaming. The slight difference is, all gaming, I can literally take my iPad, go to another car. Get out, get on the bus. And I don't need to worry about being a retard in the back of a bus going, I'm fighting people. So I'm sure everybody who is even into this, it has to be a thing for children. It's not for adults. Apart from this, it's like saying Disneyland is for adults too. Adults can go there, but it's for children. So adults can use this and be, wow, this is amazing, but it's for children because it's in the back of the car. And that was another point. It has to be in the back of the car, because you can't do it in the front of the car, because if an airbag goes off, that's not going to be good. Okay, next one here. You can't achieve that with PC, blah, blah, blah. Something saying You'd need a $50,000 machine to do that. Well, you'd need a $50,000 car to do this as well. Somebody's saying I'm the Grinch. Okay, Holoride will be massive. Just look at the companies invested in them. Porsche, Mercedes, Audi, Disney, Warner Brothers, all that. And you're not interested. Let's not pretend that these companies don't invest in hundreds of projects all over the place. And lots of them go absolutely nowhere. But you just never hear of them. Just because you've suddenly heard, oh, there's somebody investing in it, doesn't suddenly mean, well, then it's legit. It just means people are investing in it in case something interesting can come out of it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they've put all their eggs in the basket for it. It has to be a thing. So anyway, one video, let's have a little look again at the videos that I have found. So here is somebody, again, even, so you have to be chauffeured or in a taxi. Or maybe it's a Holoride taxi where you get in and you get to play this. You need a pretty good taxi to be able to link up all this kind of system. It's not going to be your old banger. Fine. You're going to need a bit of space in the back, and especially if you are an avid gamer and you're going to be throwing your arms around, oh, I need to hit my ducks or whatever it is, because you're a child, then you're I can imagine two people in the back of the car, smack, 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 end up hitting each other during it. Okay, but that's just imagining.
I'm about to do Holoride. We're doing a drive in this amazing.
I like how this person's looking at us as if he can see us. So this one is obviously more of an actual VR headset. It looks like a real VR headset. Interesting. In this, what is this promotion? This is a promotion. Okay, it's just by Kevin. They couldn't actually get the actual gameplay footage to go with this.
But from what I understand, there's a lot of interactivity.
And let's be real here. If you're playing a game, which you're like, ooh, I need to fly through trees. This is fun. Beep 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 beep. Fine, all for it. But then imagine you're doing that. Beep 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 beep. Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, hold on. Pause game. Headset off. Find my phone. Hello. I don't quite know how it's going to work for the adult. Okay, so let's say it is for children. It now requires a car. Possibly Audi or Porsche. There's a little bit of a barrier for entrance, and then you're going to need to require paying for this. So money for VR headsets, and also a chauffeur or a parent to be taking you everywhere that you need to go. So and you need to be backseat because you can't be in the front seat, and space to not hit person beside you. So it's not going to work for 3 people in the back of a car. That's not going to work either.
Things and how to unleash my super attack.
And you're limited. That's the thing. You're limited to going the direction that the car's going.
It's definitely works with the motion that we're going in. Everything turns with this specific motion.
So he's saying, yeah, it looks like the motion tracking and all that stuff is working.
And it's like this guy in front is flying, and he's in the car with us.
Well, you said Star Fox, and my ears went perked up. But I really feel like I'm in a ride or like a roller coaster. And
so yeah, definitely there is possibly a unique funness for the first time.
I'm giving my trust into the driver.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's really fun. I'm not thinking about time.
Time passing. So yeah, if you want your kids to, I just want, if you're going, we're going to the shops this way, 10 minutes putting the headset on, logging into the game, and we're at the shops like, oh, I want to stay in the car. Or they're going, Daddy, go that way because the spaceship's that way that we need to go. Or I just don't quite see games really being something which, if you can't control the direction you're going in, fun.
That, if you're a passenger and you're waiting, you can see things going by, and if you know how far you're going, how long it's going to take.
So yeah, as you can see, totally wireless headsets, no
feeling.
Earphones. I'm seeing here, no sound.
There's a lot of fluidity, and There's a lot of engagement.
Like, the amount of videos we've seen with people with VR headsets just literally running into TVs and windows and falling over, doing it the same in a moving vehicle, people battering their heads off the windscreen is going to be
Just a lot of
amusing.
interactive. Yeah, I definitely see the similarity, especially the buttons.
Shows the motion of the car or of the car around the player.
Graphics are incredible. This feels like it is something that every kid in the back of a car would really get into.
So that person has just agreed with me. It is something for every kid to get in the back of the car would get into. Slight problem is, what if they really like the game and you get to your place? As a parent, you might know how difficult it is to get your kid off their iPad, off their Kindle, off their Wii Switch or whatever it is, their Nintendo Switch, and how much of a hassle that is. And that is something that they can literally take off and walk with them out the car to their shops or wherever you're going to. Imagine going, right, we need to take it off now. We've reached our destination. No, I want to keep shooting stuff. You're like, okay, sit in the car while we go on holiday.
And just would be something fun for
Like you have to do a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and strengths, SWO, and strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That's what I said. Threats, I'm not seeing anybody else doing this. Maybe there's a reason for that. Strengths, good graphics, good backers. Opportunities, potential money maker for some taxi drivers, but you've got to be a pretty good taxi for this. And there's the limits and the extra costs and all that kind of stuff. Threats, just it being an absolute flash in the pan.
Vegas and other places. So thank you all for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out Holoride. Check out. See.
Okay,
give it a
so
go.
that was that, and then the next one that I managed to find is somebody from the news doing this.
So let's put on the headset.
It's like a theme park in the back seat.
Oh no, this was years ago as well. This was 2019. I thought this was a new one. Oh, right, okay.
Is there any danger of the driver getting hit?
Perfect, look at that. That is somebody in the background going, bang, 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 bang. So again, you don't want the person in the front seat because they'll be distracting the driver, and if an airbag goes off, smash into their face. And even in the back, I'd imagine that's going to be still an annoying person in the background going, if you're a taxi driver, I just can't imagine that being anything. There's a real chance of that being brilliant because you get somebody just to be quiet while you're driving, or they're going to be really loud going, I want to do this, go left, oh, why are you going that way? I want to go that way. Bam, bam.
Back of the head?
An immersive
And she's doing exactly what,
reality
as me as a driver at the front, would be absolutely going,
experience,
get out of my car.
incorporating data from the car's computer, whether that's turning, concept phase.
So that's like a
Partnering with
Halloween
Ford
or
and
a
Universal
Frankenstein
Pictures for a Halloween experience
game
this
that she was
month at
doing.
Universal Hollywood. Volney hopes to have his software installed in vehicles by 2021.
So it's a game that requires a car. It requires a car. You can't take it out. It's not linked to your iPad or to your Nintendo Switch or anything like that. If you really like the game and you get to your place, the game's over.
Incorporating gaming, entertainment, even education.
A lot of people want to work while they're on the go.
Okay, so that's the point. A lot of people want to work or have to work when they're on the go. When they're on the go, they're usually driving. If they're lucky enough to not have to drive and they're being either taxied, paying for taxis, or being chauffeured, they've probably got even more work to do. And that's probably the great time for them to get through work. So whenever they get home, they can... just don't even pretend this isn't for children.
But if they get motion sick, they simply can.
This could mean big business to other industries too,
If you can put on the headset.
like the headset manufacturers such as Facebook's Oculus, which provided the gear for this experience. Car makers who install the software will share in the revenue.
Car makers who share the software will install the software. So it's car makers that are going to be getting the revenue, not necessarily the taxi drivers or the something.
Daimler, Mercedes, and Audi, which owns a minority stake in Holoride, are all
Let's all say minority stake.
exploring the options. And content creators like Discovery, Disney, our sister company Universal,
Yeah.
are looking to provide the visuals.
Yeah.
It's the first opportunity we've had to take the content that we've been building and put it in a place where consumers are.
To put it in a place where consumers are. Put it in a place where consumers are for maybe 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. maybe like, here's two of them in the back of the car. Are they both playing the same game at the same time? Are they both could be trying to punch each other? It's not one where you can just get them to sit in front of the TV. Like, the iPad is brilliant because you can put consumers in front of their iPad all day long, not just when they're in a car.
It's just the beginning, but these experiences are likely to become
Brilliant. Look at that. Hands being thrown around. You're just
more complex and more mobile in the future.
I'm having a very hard time interviewing you and shooting demons at the same time,
Brilliant.
I have to admit.
Yeah.
So hilarious for a laugh, but these are professional adults.
Now, you look like you're having a lot of fun back.
So this company, CNBC, obviously has stake in this product. So they've all got to say all the best things about it.
Back there, Contessa. Is this really going to cut down on car sickness? Because we know how it is with...
The studies show that when you can synchronize...
I like how the studies which have probably been done
and
by
what you're
themselves.
experiencing, that motion sickness can be greatly reduced or even eliminated.
So then
and
they
these
ask her-
drivers, they
Well,
have...
what did you feel?
Yeah.
Is it true?
They ask her
Okay.
and she's like, no, I feel sick.
Well, I had a very long Uber ride from
Excuse?
LAX to Universal Pictures. I was not a good test case, but I will say, typically I would not be able to tolerate watching a movie in the back seat of a car. I can't do it. I cannot be on my phone. I can't be working on email. So the thought that you might be able in the future to have spatial computing set out in front of you.
So that's a different thing. Spatial computing set out in front of you while you're in a car, that might be a thing. That's more likely not to be with like a HoloLens or a Oculus headset, but more with like a augmented reality glasses. Something which you can see through, you can see the world through that, and you've got your computers in front of you. Where you're not having to look at a little screen, but you can just be looking around and it's all like, total Tony Stark, Iron Man kind of VR stuff. Augmented
and not have
reality,
motion
AR.
sickness, that would mean a huge leap forward for productivity for me. Now, I gotta say,
Look
right
at
now
this
it's just
video
in
in the
back
top
seat
corner there.
because, say, airbags. They don't want an airbag to hit you when you have this on, or to distract the drivers.
So perfect. She said at the exact points that said there. So you've got to be sitting in the back because you'll distract the driver, or the airbags will blow off in your face.
But in the future, when the cars are autonomous, they say this potentially has an
In the future, when cars are autonomous, still doesn't stop somebody crashing into you and your airbag going off.
audience.
And everyone's been saying cars are going to be autonomous for a long time. I don't think you're going to be sitting in the driving seat while using this.
Or a total addressable market of billions. And if you look at
Billions of children that sit in the back of the car on the way to school. Yes.
50 million rides per day in 4 of the biggest ride-sharing companies globally, already you have a captive audience that's...
So this is where we get to the numbers of it, the maths of it. Taxi drivers. As they said, it sounds like the car companies are getting a piece of this. Maybe a taxi driver would be able to advertise it as that. But again, the cost of equipment for headsets, for controllers, for possibly subscription to the games, and the amount that you could charge. If you ask somebody, hey, do you want to do a taxi ride from here to the airport? Yeah, fine, it's going to be £30. Oh, but you can do it while wearing a VR headset for an extra £5.99. And people go, or I could just do my work emails on the way there. It's just like, so the threat of the initial cost for the actual taxi drivers to get involved with it, and then for the initial cost to be passed on to the consumer, they're going to say no. It's
just waiting there.
Was it fun?
Oh my gosh, it is so fun. And
So
I've
fun.
never done
It's
VR
so fun.
before.
I'm American.
So for me, putting that headset on for the first time, and then I'm talking to somebody, but when I turn my head, I can't see him sitting there. It was so weird. Would I be the type of person to get in the back seat and play? Ford is saying, we're going to interview all the people who test this out at Universal. We're going to see if this is the kind of thing they want, or what do they want? That's really the question. What do you want in the back seat of your car?
Do you want kids going, go left, Daddy? I want to go and see that. And so although you guys have been very much telling me that I am wrong, and hey, it's got massive backers, and it could be the same as all gaming. You can take off the headset if you want to look around at landmarks. How are you going to know the landmarks are going to be there? You're looking at your phone playing Candy Crush. You're looking at your phone doing other work, communicating, organising, cleaning out photos, looking at photos of the places that you've just been or something. Not then, just if you're playing Candy Crush, you could do anything. You could be doing anything at all. It could end up being not headset, but rather a glass. Yeah, maybe a glass could be a slightly different change on it as well. Love you, bro. Have you ever heard of a wireless headset? So that's so even though you're all voting me down, I'll vote myself down as well. I still haven't been doing a SWOT analysis of it. It's for children. It's not for adults. You have to be in the back. You have to be chauffeured. The game stops once you get to the place. You don't control where you're going in it. The cost implications of it. Sure, there might be a couple of taxi rides that do it for a wee while, but after the initial novelty wears off, why would anybody do it for the extra cost when you could just play a game that you actually want to play and go where you want in certain games on your Nintendo Switch or whatever it is that you want to play? So I tried again, really, really looked into it. And unless it's VR computing or AR computing, where you can do stuff as an adult, you still need to be in the back of the seat, still need to be chauffeured, still probably have the extra cost of it. No. Holoride. Terrible idea. Just because you've got massive backers doesn't make you a good idea.